Adeshiman baye mamu ina ajo e mamu akwa benyume edmoba KFM TV eso enyume emre asosen sama yabo ano efie maimuni edini abesum se no siakase wo KFM TV ne so enyume sem no edo so na mekai wo se jumeko bi adaro man enyume wo mo esomas ne ma medini osiakase mede ebesom asida kese enkonfama KFM Musical Center se ope instrument abo e wo wa sorry ana ojumedie bi aseno KFM Musical Center and you may come for the amount. So pay combo, guitar, microphone, speaker, drum set, Nina and Woodwinnie, HM, KFM, or Masia, once I ebe cancer instrument in be Uba 9, Ecopium, Ewa Santimantama, or more ewe doom, Womone Sambra Hotel, no Anna, Ebo in Shenim. One Carmantem has no more Ewa Kra Zongolin. And to bet me alcohol na wakoju instrumenta eye papa ne bono so eda from boko elhosa enyume KFM Musical Center ebo ye chido ma yedino siakase no yede ebe somo yebe san ede asida biom akọ ede amada daba tech hub wamuton phones ene ehon akade se upe Infinix iPhone Samsung Yam Techno nini ano dada ba tech hub e will be edema enye phones nkwa ehon akade bi ti se eye battery chargers airpod earpiece nini ano uba na kopiem e dada ba tech hub aso ya wonsa ebetimi akanini bi won kramantem ha no womo ewo kaneshi womo bentakwa station ne pe womo new branch no enso ewo Accra Central na warranty e da womo phones ne so no e ya dia emu edu ye papa penite enyume medium ho adanse e dia mo se wo pe phone papa pa dia e dada ba tech hub nkwa na obenya phones a e papa ne bo no so e da phone boko sa enso ananyume talent microfinance enso yesika krabia aba e bo ani padodo na mo musika sem ejina ni nine so se oye ankranko enyume ko sorry na mo pe baby edi musika esie no eye talent nkwa na enyume make am for ede ama jume ko we adaroma ana wo mo esomas ne ma medino siakase no mede ebe somo na enyume nsem no edosom na de ebedi mo akotine ebie ni se eye Zenator Rollins and the dre wodin sembi ekwama iyoko for se wo mo nye hwehwemu emfanfa Abuja eye CMB market asas no wo mo enye hwehwemu emfanfa ho eno so yede mu nsem yede ebeba besomo sa enso so anende dwe kopiemu ewa santimantema ende ana sante hima wenya ni baby ko eye nana kunedu yadom a woto so miensa no ende na ni final funeral right no mo de hyehye so wo menhia palisa ni padodo na ebo dompem ekopiemu ho ayede mu nchemu yede ebeba besomo yede dwede nsem enso beka ho ede ama Bank of Ghana wo mo governor eye Johnson Esiama wodi sembi abetudwa efa yesidi ho a yede mu nsem yede ebeba abesom yede ni jede nsem ebeka ho ede ama patapa a wo ye nwumtuni wono so abekasa wo chim so on de nya ade a wo bepasa akodi oche echew ende na wapane chew wo china de bi ensi de biarada a yede mu nsem yede ebeba abesom ewo kase so weni nsem ni afofo pi ayabo ano a yede ebesom se no sia kase ewo KFM TV ne so mikai wo se kase boy etwego ewo ye abefo ntentam feed ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH eno to betimi ahwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so de egu ase ama me kama okenkan fo a enwume me den nsem no ebre no edin a meje so ene Maame Esi Nkrumah meda ne me ho sema aba me ba nsem no edoso na me hyase ediama Adeshiman baye guso a emama kwaba edamasi se enyume mu guso etimu TV no ha mohwe no osia kase ewo KFM TV ne so mekoso eka wo se enyume kase etwego ewo ya abefo ntentam video ne so Facebook ene YouTube KFM TV GH ene to betimi ahwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche ne so odi egu ase ama me kama nsem no me sha ase ede ama odia eye dom kuma no ba no deni onmanya for Alexander Afenyo Markins and the day wɔde nsɛm bi abɛtudwa ɛfa galamsey ho wɔkyerɛ sɛ sɛsi ade aban ɛhwɛ na ɔmo fa nhyehyɛ pa engu kwam sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ betumi aboa ma galamsey a abɔdɔmpem adɔɔso ɛwɔ man Ghana ha no yɛtumi asɔ ano wɔkyerɛm sɛ sɛsi ade yɛn nsuo ɛne yɛn saase deɛ ɛsɛ yie papaapa ɛno nti wɔhyɛ Ghana aban sɛ wɔmo fa nhyehyɛ pa engu kwam ma no ɛbɛtumi aboa ma abrebia no yetimi aso galamsey na no wo mfa san hyehyɛ no engu kwam no mu ngyae sɛ ɔmo de nsɛm no ɛfa baby no wɔkyɛ sɛ no enya ade a ebetimi aboa ama ya so galamsey na no afenyo markings ne nsɛm a ɔde tu dwa mra okopie mu ɛwɔ UPS school no ho ana wɔde san nsɛm wi na etu dwa yɛn so yɛde bi ɛso
position. They were very loud on their desire to fight galamsey. I think enough of the rhetorics. The situation is real. In my own constituency, we cannot get safe water to drink because of galamsey. And I know many people who are going through difficult times because of this. Let us fight this together, else there will be no Ghana for us. This destructive practice is stealing your future. It is robbing farmers of fertile soil, poisoning the water of our children, and destroying the environment you and I must inherit. If we allow galamsey to continue unchecked, then we are complicit in selling tomorrow for today's greed. I therefore challenge you, the youth, to be at the forefront of this fight, to speak up, protect our rivers, and to insist on sustainable ways of harnessing Ghana's natural resources.
Dom Kumano Bano Denny Unmunyam for Alexander Afenyo Markins and our day same way etu Jana Nisem no one fancy wa was signed Eddie to be Abduma. Watch him say Mampeni John Dramani Mahama a year ni 24-hour economy policy no a idea one of the what ne support etayeche papa pesan says sadie way eba na wo mo eye no mo ye ni ya e ade beboa embebunu bebre na amamonsa aka ejuma ayesan say unemployment no e ade adoso e wo my Ghana no 24-hour economy eye initiative no sa banhwe na wo ye ni ya e ade a eno ebetimi aboa embebunu e wo my Ghana ha ye papa what in some way etudwa e wo young forum eye young common forum e course so e wo UPS school no no eho anna Alexander Afenyo Markins wo chense mu efa se yesu ye de bi esumu anyway.
I must embrace it because if it works, it will work for the youth of the Ghana. The fact that I am in opposition does not mean I should poo-poo it. I have seen the policy document. I pray the government will be able to roll it out for the benefit of the private sector so that more jobs will be created. For the youth, road meant access to opportunity. I am therefore happy that this government has introduced this big push idea where major roads are going to be tackled. If this is done, it will further open our economy and make Ghana a better place. Again, it is my hope that government is able to roll this out for the good of our country.
Ewusiafo enunti minority leader Eyon Monyam for Alexander Afenyo Markins our kopiemu ewe futu ma shebedwa ho a eho ana owa enwumewe wodin semwe abetudwema wo kopiemu ewe dwumede course ewe UPSA eye young common forum course ho no eho ana Alexander Afenyo Markins wode sanse na etudwa yenso yede bi ebesomo ewo no nsia kase no so ne de wo every sansem ne mo akonsem fufum dia eye clote kole Mashe Bedwani Unmunyam for Senator Ajman Rollins wono so abekasa nsem we dia wode kwama economic and organized crime office yokofo a wochem se upube mi won kramantem ha eye bia ye efe ho se Abuja CMB market e won kramantem ha no wo chese sa asase e da ho no wo mo enye hwehwemu yie papapa emfafa sa asase ne homa no na nsem a wo mo tete no e yade a eye suspicious bi akoso e ho a wono de wo susu senke be ya eyokofo entimi hwe no mo mbom homoden eye hwehwemu emfafa sa asem no e ho anase sansase no wo mo ye hwehwemu emfafa ho ne no e yade bi a ebetimi aboa yie papapa eye Ajman Rollins Zenato ne nsem a wode etudwa e wo dwumedie na senemra wone nsem twofo share twetwen common KFM TV enwumei yesu ye de bi ebro
obliged to write a petition to the minister at the time based on this, and to ask that the land there be secured, since we had been informed that the land belonged to the railways department. And so what I would like to do at this point is also submit a copy of the documentation that has been ongoing in terms of correspondence back and forth. The reality of it is the CMB Abuja enclave is one that holds a very key part of commerce in Greater Accra. Also, a very important part of our food chain in an urban center, because most of the food that comes in from the hinterland actually arrives at the Abuja CMB market. And the huge trucks that bring it in usually have to park in these lorry stations. And so what I would like to do is stand unequivocally and to condemn what is happening in this enclave, because it is very clear that this land is state land and should not be taken over by private individuals, especially when we are not sure who is giving the permission. And so I would like to call on the Minister of Transport, under whom the railways development is situated, to really come out and give clear guidance on this. In addition to that, I would like to call on EOCO to investigate this, because this is causing a huge uproar in terms of people's stability. A huge part of our informal sector is situated in the CMB Abuja Market Enclave. And a lot of people, over thousands of market women, not to mention the hundreds of drivers who operate there, will be completely devastated in terms of their livelihoods. And it will affect our food security in Accra. Sometimes it appears as though some of these things may not be related, but this is related to our very livelihood and our food security. It's the reason why during the lockdown of COVID, that market was allowed to continue operating.
Dr. Zinato Ajiman Rollins wono ana wayemra shebedwani ewo ho na nsema oditu dwemra woni nsem for etwetwe nkomon ana KFM TV enwumre yenso ye dibi abro na ye de wo efri sansem ne mo akonsem from dia eye foreign affairs minister Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa wono so abekasa wo chem se foreigners a wo mbebu Ghana mraso na wo se wo hwe ma Ghana ye law no eni omudi ni ye papa punishment bi e wo no e wo se sankrofo wo munsa etimi kasa punishment na sa ye be deport omo aye deport omo e de ekopie mu e wo mu krom enu nti wo chese sesi ade ye nhwe emma foreigner bia embetieti aye fa ho de so se wo bu Ghana mrane so a e ade a wo behwe ama sotwe bia wo no wo de amawo ansa yetu ede wo akọ wo krom anase biaye a wo free ebaye nsema wo de etu dwa no ebi enie.
Cabinet Minister, I'm not aware that there's been a cabinet decision against prosecutions and that we should just deport. I think that at that point the Honorable Muntaka was offering probably a personal analysis of the situation, because as a cabinet minister, I do know that there's been no cabinet position on that matter. And my personal position on this is still consistent, that there should be prosecution. We have to treat everybody equally. You prosecute, they should serve time if they are found guilty, and then after which they can be deported. We shouldn't have an animal farm situation. We shouldn't have a situation where it's as though we are treating foreigners better than we treat our own people, especially when sometimes they are the ones who are the real, culprits, who are bringing in all these chamfines and these excavators.
Ebusiafo ne nsem no wodi dodo na enetu dwa no wasan eche mu biom se okopie mu ewo US mine and the tariff de dodo na eno mo de ato market wo ha eno no wo hwe nim se gumetimi aye bibi e de afa na eyo no nyafo Okujeto Ablakwa eche mu se enfa ho ne sa tariff no wo mu de nkita ho de a ewo wo mu ni US ntem no eyade a eboa ye papa pa man nkita ho de no emu etimi aye de na bibia no wo mu aboa ama Ghana enso yetimi akọ nim enu nti o chese enfa ho ene wo mu tariff ahodo a mo de toto eye market to eho no wo mu chese sankita ho de edom ntem no bekoso a amano edimu esanse eyade akwan bi so no eboa wo man Ghana yi papa ne nsem no ye de bi ebro.
But in terms of really trade volumes, new strategic cooperation, and business deals, they are rather under pressure, because US is not really supporting NATO as they have done in the past. They are all trying to ramp up 5% of GDP to build a strong internal national security resistance because they fear that Russia may have intentions to go back to the empire era. And so they are all living in that fear. Now, if you read the dynamics that way, you will not want to bother them too much. A strategic country and leader would want to turn to those who really, you know, are available and want to be more buoyant with their external relations. And at this point in time, it is the global south, India, China, the Gulf countries, Japan, you know, South Korea. These are the countries that, if you look at their numbers, it's been going up, and they have made a lot of offers. Japan has announced $1.5 billion in investment in Africa, and they want countries, African countries, to present, you know, strategic cooperation document to benefit from that. China is also looking at its Belt and Road initiatives. Recently, I signed a $30 million grant for an aflao market. They are looking at even more, you know, projects in Ghana. They have extended a special invitation to President Mahama. So in October, he will be President Xi's guest in Beijing. So when you have, you know, these countries, you've talked about Narendra Modi visiting us, the historic visit. No Indian president has visited Ghana in more than 30 years. So it should tell you that there's also appetite on their side, you know, and with what President Trump is also doing with all of these tariff wars, they are looking for new markets. So we have to position ourselves. And as President Mahama reminds us, this is a time in this, all of this adversity and uncertainty, this fragility, this fracture, this turbulence, we should position ourselves to take full advantage. Okay. And that's what we are doing within a global south.
Ebusiafo enunti Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa a Foreign Affairs Minister ewo my Ghana hanen same way ana wode etu dwema wona nsem chofo share twetwen komo na KFM TV enwumre yenso ye de bi abesomo ye gina ne nsem so na ye twa ye ho akwaji aboafo nkrato abaye ba nsem no edoso na meto aso edi ama.
Yo, I'm for and I am Makwaba at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. The Tosum, you know, who free a Kumasa Macom that Damono, a sunny at the bar at Dumuno, Sabran Udu, a Sambra Junction, Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. Now shop on any Sambra Hotel and the Dinsha anymore. Would the free Sambra Hotel, a wool sunny at the cop, Nankane and Hagan Hono, Annie, a hot and a KFM musical shop. Ye tosum yenu ye bie no foforo na de e kan ne se emfidie papa etimiche de wode ya sorry de wode goro agoro ahodo tuma de bia wode obehia eye mfidie mekira musical instrument bia no eye KFM ento wo se Ghana muntie Asantema muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ye bie no foforo mu no chan e wo Prempeh the 2nd Street. Ufri all me come down na wo sane ede ko adum no ane udu Sambra Hotel Kwantana so na wa dane on sani fa so oho ana KFM musical shop yi ewo ye ne Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ye twa ho abrebia
gina me se be proud ana se me ye dwa me free Kumasi Edun KFM instrument store. Obi bisasa se bo menfo de what to no won ni sida what de niam papa ejira wanim na what to no say yes what to no bibi aka wakoma ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi Edun se mi jira na me to no ma bitimi nya ho me ka fi se fidi papa mu anim na mi jina no wo betra ye ko ma ya do se kana twananka kana ensemfu ayi
Fraba e dwaso ni o yanom e hyen a en use fuel we so yensesa oil ne wo hia ene ni key e hyen egumechi nyina eye lip moto Giomi anase nami eyemu bia won sabeka wo KFM limited e wo Ghana ha Leap moto. A bear for cars be. Yanom emwe dene sanso efe. Wash interiors here. Can't hear me Timothy see and you're trying to leap moto. There were 3 modes of driving. Obey me a switch it, so open 10 more. Obey the sports mode. So person will save you battery. Obey me is economy mode. That's a one pentem now open with normal riding so. You're trying to standard. What charge your battery within 6 hours? I bet me do a Kumasiaba. Metre air 310 kilometers. Ain't a winning how. Obey me so the 3 hours fast charger. I charge and I'm you fool. Bonama no Kumasiaba. Say no. Me try the akano. Giomi. Nia wo key. Make sure the key in the bell. Wow, just in the interior on it here now. Black and white, papa. Son of FSN. Why screen tinting? A bomber who cano, battery aka. Number who mileage and so also. When so dear, it took 320 kilometers and sana was our charger. We bet me a charger in 6 hours. Fast charger in 3 hours. I bear for a few and so. We bet me a driving in 3 modes. A year standard, sports, and I say economy. So we pen them to say me Yanum choose sports what's it. We bet me to qualify Hakokubasi. I'm a battery ni biswak because a year 320 kilometers. We charging in 6 hours, we bet me in your full battery. Now when you fast charge and swap 3 hours per you're set. Making sure so okay in the car when you saw walking. Will be a door now starts. Chili Giobi, black and white. Makuma swat. Man san cow dear. You check the akana. Yeah, no. I bet for the animal back on you. The Awiniano key. Making sure the key in the band when you saw walking. We no F. Let a woman so dance. A grey no ma would me no. The any hakakra, any the mood. As also was screens me no. Wait, and more information and we are can win. Answer Bessia Bonum Papa. Your friend entertainment. The Awihiano. Anne. And that's over to me so driving in 3 modes just like the others. Standard and I say sports. So open tema. Car way so. A bet to me to Kwaya Kokumasiaba. 330 kilometers. The chamber would do crowd to make Jesus so no one kakra and Sunday do. Who charging 6 hours, sir? No. So bet you start charging 3 hours. If I no fast charge. And you know Munina KFM Limited. And they are big just so. Fraying near me own Sanka the intentem. So open installment. A high purchaser. And train one nasi. We've got you solid. Yanume, on sabet me a fidie mubia, and KFM Limited. On sabeke fidie no, which yanon kakran kakra, wait, unyano bebia, a KFM Limited. Fraying, ever sort out.
Ebusia for Egusua Emma Kwaba Edamasi say you may muguso etmu TV ho amoshe no nsia kase wo KFM TV ne so make so kai wo se kase boy etwegu ewo ye abefontin tamfidie ne so Facebook any YouTube KFM TV GH no tu betimi akohwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche ne so udi egu ase ama me kama na enyume sem no meto aso ede ama odia ende dre kopiem ewa asante mantema eye asante hima wenya ne baby call eye nana kunedu yadom a woto so miensa ende ana ne final funeral rites no wo mo de share so e wo hosa e wo menhia palace na ende no ma de because wo hoye papa Ghana ikukudamfo enso e bodom pim kopiem na de si we ye na se no anna enyume KFM TV enso ye de bi eba abesomo.
So if the security dancers are here, you will see perfect dancing and everything like comic. They provide a comic relief. Immediately following the seche is the
Agrobia or friend says seche. Yeah, and also edisubi na eye asa wode echichi osantehine eni. Seche no echi ena abenya friend no kwakurenya. Womoso ediso
The king does not walk in sideways. The king walks in broad ways. That is why they are intoning Pantifomuta. Then the next group.
Na ka hunu se ekuo bia ebe bia e wo ne hene a oda ano.
The advanced group is already passed. The disobeyed every campus, leading the Nkrumah.
Se wuyi nkwantwema ene ntahra no a osa wo enkofe ye no so so eye won wa ehyen emmen no. Enti won wa ehyen emmen no kra wo mu akuakuo be ennan. Sabre ya ye ka sai die asante hene otumfuo sei tutu nyamekase asante mawura adru eye pramakase so ya enne nani atai kokokoa.
The artisan group holding the bunch of palm dried foods. Otumfuo is canopy.
Wo se wo wa ekita chem enso e wo sante ni mu wo hunu twitekuduo no anameka ho asem no se eye chense hyenhyen na net e hye ho na wokita duku na wode atoso no eno aduru ha na no kire wo se ene osante hene edi akire pe sabre hunu se atanefo enso akaje agumu a waso tani na wonso wodidi osante hene animu.
The big guns are from
Ebra osante hene eti adwamu yi wo hunu se enne na ho fade no eye soronko enne otumfuo sei tutu asante mawura nyamekase ehye entakrache ya wode sedie abobo ho na wofra ne kuntunkuni ya eye sedie abobomu na wode apesedua abobomu na wokita ni bodua tuntum na no phantom from edi na chire ene osan
mabambo for me yo ko wichi esasa wujira ha yesro benetina odo edi ache potopine so ya pesa ubenu mo beka se ya mama de
enamo se ene yeda etwato na ene ejanum asofo na ebedi animo aye esum eye ufu sumonti ene wunu asofo bebre ewo eyeye ase na nya ewo mu bi ene se ewo mu se Anglican asore ena edi esum no animu die na nso ejanum asofo atwotwo wuro ya wodeda asore awodo no dodo no aba abedru pramkase yisu a wo mo eba bedi mu akotire bi ama dot yie no etime akoso eba bedi mu akotire bi ama dot yie no etime akoso
Ebusuafo eye no nsiakase no ana ogusu a wo hwa ye de ebro na egusu a ewo menhia ensem no maye nana kunedu yadom a wotoso miensa wenya ni baby kwende ne final funeral right no wo mode hyehyɛ so ewo ho na endedue no mreye no ekos no Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wo bone umode ekopie mu ewo dwumedie na sia the security there because ye papa bible ekos wo se ne be ya dwumedie no ebetimi akoso to temra mampani John Dramani Mahama okopie mu ewo dwumedie nase no enyume KFM TV yenso ye de bi esomo
ai obayura odi abeje odi ana ba befa odi abeje No. The only job who can do. The only job who can do. My president, your president, our president. Hey, how do you have it?
Ebusiafo enunti Ghana mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama anokopie mu ewo dwumedie nase na yeguso a ewo sansem ne mu dia ewo eye nana kunedu ye adomoto sumiensa ne ye no Ghana mpenifo dodo na ene Bob Dompem ekopie mu ewo dwumedie nase a eno de mampeni dada abedi eche Dr. Mahmoud Baomiane ne ho kani eni mpenifo dodo na enso ekopie mu ewo hɔ a enyume ye de ni abi eba besomo ewo no nsia kase wo KFM TV no eso
Make a Sandema provincial Tosso, Edu Biensa. I say Abimenium Traditional Council. Papa Eba Besi.
We now welcome the representative on behalf of His Majesty. I would like to welcome the Papo Oti IV, leading the delegation for the government chair.
Any good for and so everyone.
Yes, we are really accreditation. And we have all access. We'll get all access accreditation and monthly fee. Yes, you know,
Ebusiafo enunti endedwe eye Asante Hima na kunedu yadom a wotoso miensa ni final funeral writer womode chihye so wa Asante Mantem eye Menshia Palace no ana enwumre eye mpenifo akukuda monko pie mu ho no KFM TV yenso ye de bi ebesom ho sa ye de mo efri sansem no mo akonsem fufuro mu dia eye founding member the New Patriotic Party NPP amenyoko no Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo wono ana abekasa wochim se galam se a ekoso ewo my Ghana hano adosu ye papa edin sunsun asobone ebre ye nsuo ene ye nsase ene ye forest ahodo no enu ti se sia de wo hye senkebe ya yenhwe na yenye bibi enfanfa wansa asese no ma bebre na ewo my Ghana ha se Nyaho Tamaklo ni nsema wode ebetu dwa no chese galamsey no eye fitimre bebre a galamsey ese noma ewo my Ghana ha no mpenifo enwom adwen se omo hwe no omo akweti anasese ade wo stress wo mo fa nhye pa engu kwam se ne be ya ebetimi aboa ma yetimi aso galamsey ya no ne no eyade bia ebeboa ama yensuo ni yensase a ase no yetimi asan ahyemo kenabiem ne nsema wodi tu dwana ana yensu ye dibi abesomo na ye to asansem ne so na ye de wo akonsem foforo enwumedia Ministry of Education anyway womo de abetudwa wo chese BCA in social a womo echo ewo my Ghana ha say no school placement no abetudwa mo chese school for dodo na womo echo on social ewo my Ghana ha no 590,000 school for womo cho BC in social womo chese school placement ne ba emu 483,800 and na womo etimi 483,800 and na womo school placement na aba womo enya suku mo chese womo a womo su womo nya school no self placement no womo ma ehomba mfa so ye papa na no ene ye ade a ebetimi aboa ma womo timi enya school na Ministry of Education impenifo ana enyume womo de nsemwe abetudwa yen so ye de bi ebesomo.
This year, as part of the free senior high school program, we are piloting 70 private senior high schools. At the time of the school selection process, only 21 of these private senior high schools were available. But I am pleased to inform you that all 70 private senior high schools are now accessible on the portal, providing more opportunities for students. In total, the placement program covers 724 public, senior, and senior high technical schools, 233 TVET institutions, and 70 private senior high schools under the pilot program.
Ebusuafo anu ti Ministry of Education womo anomode nsemwe abetudwa ye so ye de bi ebesom na ye to ansem ne so edo akonsem fofom di agalamse nsem ya ana eguso ayewum na ndedwe security forces bi ayi operation ewo my Ghana handie normal omode galamse ahodo no womo agigi dodo na ye hwe nim se ye betimi akon eti agalamse omchese okopie mu ewo eye Ankobra River operation no ekoso ha omchese normal de womo asise bi ehosa omchese eye operation ekoya akopie mu ewo Enzima East Municipality eno ewo Western Region omchese eye ukwada na ndrada anasa operation ekoso a eye Nayomo Task Force womo ni Western Regional Security Council womo ewo ho womo ano mo bom womo ka mo ho bom a womo timi edesa oyechewe eni operation we ehwehwe so a womo chese si ade womo asese womo normal dodo na ana womo ano mo di sa galamsey ma koni aba no ebinum so de nsa aso mo ide womo akotwe aban ekokum a womo guso echese sa galamsey ade yenyina ye hwese ebetimi akon etia ewo my Ghana into operation ni de ebekoso abribia se ne be ya yebetimi aso ano ewo my Ghana ha yegina sansemi so na etwa ye ho sima ba ye ba nsem no me de ko edwadie emu. Siafo yegusua ema wakwaba eda wasise enyume oguso eti TV no ho a wo hwe eye no nsia kase wo KFM TV ne so na mekoso kai wo se enyume nsem no etwegu ewo ye abefo ntentam feed ne so Facebook any YouTube eye KFM TV GH no to betimi ahwebi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so udi egu ase ama me kama mebe ma mekan ni nia ede ama mo na ede nsem no ekọ edwade nsem dia Bank of Ghana wo mo governor eye Johnson Esiama abekasa ede afa ye sidi no ho a wo chese se si asidi no tibia ewom no eno enche se ebetimi atena ho dan na dia a nsensaye beba enu nti nsem keka ekoso no womo engina city no entna ho say de bi arada Johnson esiama ne nsem a odi to dwemra woni nsem twofo hia twetwen komo no ananwumre yenso ye de bi ebeso.
All of you, the media, please make use of our data. You know, that should inform you on what is happening in the economy, whether there should be a pressure on the city. If you ask me, there's really no reason why anybody, should be anxious about the city. Like I said, as of yesterday, every import demand that any of the 23 banks, submitted to us as of yesterday was met. And we'll be meeting this for a number of weeks now. So where is the anxiety coming from? We have enough reserves to support whatever imports that are coming up in the fourth quarter, Christmas season imports, you name it. We have our projected, cash flow table. We've figured everything out in our cash flow table, and we have the reserves covered to keep these. So there shouldn't be any anxiety at all about the exchange rate.
Ebusuafo enu nti eye Bank of Ghana wo governor eye Johnson esiama wono anode nsem we etudwa yen so ye de bi ebeso mo na eguso a ewe dwade nsem num dia eye Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority wo mo so e de abetudwa mo chese wo mo hwe nim se 2028 mo no mo sika sem etimi akonenim ye papa esan se wo mo hwe se wo mo edwuma no wo betimi aye no abefo kwan so a eno betimi aboama bibia no wo medwuma no etimi akonenim na sika sem so etimi akọ enim ede ama wo chese wo de nhihye pa ene noma bi ebegu kwan ma eno ebeboa ama wo target no wo nsa etimi aka ewo ho se nti DVLA Chief Executive Officer Julius Nikwe Kote wono anode nsem na ebetudwa wo chem se wo 2028 mo no na wo revenue anase wo noma bi a ye no etimi akọ enim ede ama wo no target no so womonsa etimi akanu nti Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority DVLA penifo ananwume womode nsemwe abetudwa yensu ye dibi abesom se no sia kase ewo KFM TV ne so migina sansemi so na mede dwade nsem no mede ninia aba na wiye na madane me ho sima aba me ba mede nsem no eko enigedie emu. For ye the more echo Nigerian Semudia, Ablajifa Gomeshi, were Minister for Tourism, Culture, and Creative Art, my Ghana Hana, Wabeka Sa, what just say, in some echo so my Ghana ha efa a ya quaba back a ways on this Anya Maninia. Watch says Sansema echo so efasan no ados ye papa penunti jifa go machine sama wono so wode ebetu dwa efasa asem hono enume yenso ye de bi e ba besomo e wono sia kase wo KFM TV eso.
This language matter. When I did the redenomination of the Ghana city,
yes.
Listen, I know how to make money. No one someone has to show me.
Okay.
So you know that we had I think about 6 or 7 languages that we were to use.
Correct.
You see, I did 4 of those languages. Whoa. And I took all the money. You bring this to my doorstep and want to attack me. When I'm the one who is rather promoting,
championing that, yes,
it's just misguided.
Interesting, and thanks so much for action now. But at least you stated yours.
Some light on it, right. And to say that, listen, in leadership, sometimes you take decisions that doesn't sit well with people,
right,
for many reasons. But we have to zone in and see how beneficial is this battle to the cause that we are fighting. I say that it's important for Ghana language not to get lost. So I'm urging that at different levels of interventions, we should consider and be tolerant. Be accommodating, be tolerant of languages. You have no idea how many times I'll be speaking a particular language, and then as soon as my tribesperson comes and I switch, people make such derogatory. It's difficult. Change is difficult. And some people may have been socialized to think of themselves highly and against others. And you know that even tribes marrying, there are some tribes that will never accept, some families in some tribes, they won't accept a person because they come from this family. So it's a deeper conversation that this country must have.
That's right.
And it's not about Jifa Gomashi.
Siafa nunti ablaji fa gomashi wono anodin semwe etu dwa yenso edibi abesomo ewo nigedie ensemo na igusua etu ansemne so edia modia eye wankona hitmaker patapa wono so abekasa edia fa woni sa akodi ensem ho ne no ano mubisa patapa sen kebe ya wonpa sa akodi eche ne no ano si won die onpa na chende na wapa na church na isanse sa akodi wonye nyame na wetimi apa na cho patapa anodin semwe etu dwa emra woni nsem chofo shaya woni wo mo etwetwe enkomo
sa akodi me mpa ne chow sa akodi mpa chow anyo no to toilet man kwofo woni mu
ene eye fasiwa ento asubiem
That's me can't just go there. Me
panicho. Say atembia odi din bi on fancho.
Say sakodi on not Ghana music and I said. Sakodi anya mi o. I me person be kana smart say me person sakodi e chew. Bible baby no what say say obi mpo bi chew. Abro no waka say tia me. Sakodi o Bible.
Me hu ni di o Bible.
Me amobi am osofo no mpo ka chen say asem wan kan ye mo nka bi o nche me. Obi aye osofo.
I don't know about D4 no na kasa.
Me mpa ne chew. No.
Okay.
So different tie ndum na sa akode na ndum ni wia. Na so na asem o kan no so tie na se me panechewa ona mfrem me panechewo.
Me mum de o kan no me kire ne de ntia one no wish. Me kan ni
na me inde me ka bio. Obi no batuma ka chen se me mpasa akode echewa me pasa akode echewo. Me fi ahin fi o.
Okay.
Me meeting pensem o.
Okay.
Sa akode o ye to say yenso an obeye
ene ye ni atemo
dabi tina me pese obobo so no me fin fenti se o kasam na himi moja ya I will never leave you.
All right.
Anti sa gwade nti me ebe boss me bom show me bo show ba aye say media fu ni bi no wa be sa akode nti say ono frɛ say mombo patapa ne ndom na mo so mombo but when you do this nyame
na obi betumi afrɛ say me ye mo onyo
they do it why
na betumi
bebre why say one office o sin o frɛ mo a oh now also only power my problem now born into me now mo eja ndom ne bo it yeah it's artist organize your draws be blint e den na mo bo bi ne na mo bo bi ne de mba so ma ase ase ana e den na mo bo bi ne de na mo bo bi ne wo ya say we twom o twom we me bi kitaka abi ye bo so mpo sen no
na bobo
se sa ko de tire bi ambo me ndom Ghana wo nja me ndom bo by force because esa ko de ma me hit me ye hit o yakopon na ma me hit me ndom global no TikTok, Facebook, it's one or condemn me. I'm mudia phone. I'm condemning me because of Saturday. Because my quality will be also pass Saturday. Chawap and a chopper. It's money. There must be yarning. It's also for us. On our canna some case on you to me problem. You to me go you binare. Saturday me go yanandom. Minimifie. Men and wife are quada. Me no be any problem. On the why I cast me Samekra. And I must make the arms my day. My mama on the back. The same thing now was answer what Fred radio to say, hey, remember we and no problem. The same thing. Especially me mu DJs no. Mo na mo tire sa pa. Na sa kwadi afese gbe yo ye ya me na. Obonu no no. Ade o ka onu ndu mu.
Adesheman be no ntin semwe anna hitmaker eye patapa a wan kona nwum no wode agidin ye papa wo my Ghana han wode abetudwa efa eye sakode ho enyume ye so ye de bi ebesomo ye gina ni nseme so na enyume no si akase no ye de ni aba na wi ye nsem no na edoso na de di mo akotini ebi enese eye Zenato Rollins abekasa wo chim se wo share iyoko for se eye asasi bi wo Abuja CMB market on wo mu ye hwehwemu enfamfa ho ide mu ntwemu ye de ebesomo sa enso so anende ukopie mu asante mantema eye asante hima nana kunedu ya dom a wotoso miensa ende anani funeral right no eye da etwato no mu de hyehye so ho ye de mu ntwemu ye de ebesomo ye de dwede nsem enso de ka homa Bank of Ghana wo mu governor eye Johnson Esiama wono so eba montini mo ebe kasafa Ghana yesi de no ɛho a yɛde mu nsɛm yɛde ɛbɛsom ɛwɔ no nsia kaseɛ no so yɛde ni gye de nsɛm enso ɛka ho de ma patapa enso abɛkasa wɔtwem sɛ wɔno de sa akɔde anya de a wɔbɛpa na kyɛw ende na wapa na kyɛw ɔkyena esan sɛ wɔnye nyame ne so yɛde mu nsɛm yɛde ɛbrɛ wɔne nsɛm ɛne afufuro pi a yɛboa no a yɛde bɛsom sɛ no nsia kaseɛ wɔ KFM TV no so yɛde aseda kɛseɛ ɛbɛkɔ ama yɛaboafoɔ KFM Musical Center Dadaba Tech Hub and a Talent Microfinance wɔ mo ano mo so ma sinema me di no nsia kaseɛ me de ɛbɛsom yɛde obi bia sese nwumre mogye brɛ ɛtena mo TV ho amohwɛ KFM TV News enwumre ɔkenkanfo a wote me nka no edin a megye so ɛne Maame Esi Nkrumah yakra mu ina